You would agree it's been an eventful week here in South Africa. It's been a busy news week. I want to bring in now political analyst Xolani Dube to give us some perspective, some context into some of the big stories that we've been covering this week. Xolani, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Morning, Blaine, as well as to the viewers.
Well, one of the big stories this week, no doubt, was the former eThekwini Mayor Zandile Gumede was sworn in as an ANC member of the Provincial Legislature in KwaZulu-Natal. This despite Gumede's ongoing fraud and corruption case. And there's been a lot of reaction on social media. There's been a lot of political reaction as well. Of course, Xolani, we know that a person is innocent until proven guilty, but give us some context here. What's your take?
Blaine, what do you do with a sack that is full of rotten apples? You know, I think you simply throw that sack away. But in this case, I think the issue of the ANC in relation to Mayor Zandile Gumede is a clear indication that the whole sack is rotten. There is not even a single apple that can be rescued now. The past week we have been talking about Dr. Bandile Masuku, and now is Zandile Gumede. And so in a holistical approach, when we do an analysis, it clearly shows us that we are in serious trouble. And the ANC has dragged us to a hellhole. As we are in that hellhole, the ANC keep on digging that hellhole for all of us. And so I think the issue of Mayor Zandile is supposed to be viewed in that particular context that says ANC is really disregarding the people of South Africa, the ANC is disrespecting the electorate, and the ANC is so arrogant in its evil ways of doing things here in South Africa, meaning that ANC, as some other people are saying, is not good for the South African anymore. If we are going to allow this to proceed, I can assure you, we will be buried in that hellhole. We are not going to survive at all.
Let's look at the state of play then. What does Zandile Gumede's return to the political arena mean for the political state of play in KwaZulu-Natal?
It's not about Mayor Zandile's return. I think it's about the Jacob Zuma's faction's return here. And Mayor Zandile is just a symbol. And we are seeing the faction of Babu Jacob Zuma here flexing its muscles within the factional wars in the ANC. I think that's how we are supposed to view this. Also, it clearly shows that the Premier of Province, who is the chairperson of that province, Sihle Zikalala, is no longer in power, just like our President just like our President Cyril Ramaphosa. They are no longer in power, but the power is with the other faction. Hence, that other faction can simply dictate who is supposed to be appointed in that particular position in KZN as an MP. And we have seen Mayor Zandile arrogantly telling the whole of South Africa that ANC is more important than the country, and the country comes second. That is kind of a narrative that also Babu Jacob Zuma once told South Africans.
Alleged corruption relating to the awarding of tenders to politically connected people. That's what people are talking about, Xolani, at a time when this coronavirus pandemic has created one of the most significant economic shocks since the Great Depression. We've heard the MKMVA's Kebi Mapatswe saying this week that allegations of COVID-19 looting is a litmus test for President Cyril Ramaphosa. Do you agree?
You know, the sad part is the ANC always frame narrative for us, and we fall into trap, you know. And when we fall into trap, we are always searching for the villain and the saint, you know. And I think here, what MKVA is doing is trying to tell us that, look guys, we are the same here. Previously, we were blamed that we are corrupt during Jacob Zuma's term, but now is Cyril's term. What is the difference? And so I think in a way he was telling that, and I believe what the MKVA as well as those who are on the Jacob Zuma's faction, they are coming back and they are going to destroy that Luthuli house by saying, all of us, we are same and no one is a saint here. And so if there is no saint, all of us who are evils, view us in the same perspective.
So what needs to be done, Xolani, from the ANC's point of view, because we're coming up to a crucial elections, what decisive steps should the ANC be taking to encourage confidence in the party?
Look, it's not about the ANC that is supposed to do something. It's us, the electorate. It's us, the citizens, who are supposed to decide what are we supposed to do with this organization. Because, you know, we are facing something that is really a painful issue in the whole world, the COVID. But look how they are stealing. They are not sympathetic at all. And so I think as the South Africans, we need not to be sympathetic in our comprehension of the situation as well as these actions that are supposed to follow. We need not to be sympathetic. We need to be inward looking as the ANC is doing in their own way of thinking about themselves. And so South Africans must think about themselves, must think about their future, must think about the kids who are supposed to be full human citizens of this world. Whether are we providing them an opportunity or whether are we destroying their future? And so I don't think in that equation of our thinking, we need really to put the ANC at the center.
Xolani, one of the other big stories, we also heard from co-president Mosela Kota this week, who will be tabling a private members bill regarding the country's electoral laws and independent candidates. And he was talking about the one of the proposals which they're looking at, which is replacing the closed PR system with an open PR system where voters will have a right to rearrange the order of the list. He apparently has the backing of the One Movement chief activist, Musi Maimane, who will be going to the various communities to engage with people on this issue. Your thoughts on this?
Look, you know, there is nothing new about this. We have to look at the local government, how it's being arranged. The independent candidates, kind of a system is allowed there. But we have to ask ourselves, what benefits have we reaped out of that particular arrangement in the local government? The fact of the matter is the political organizations are still dominant in our country and they are still going to be very dominant. Why are they going to be dominant? Because these political parties, they always have this unholy alliance with the multinational companies who give them money to move around the country, mobilizing people, dishing out cashes, dishing out food parcels. And so the issue of election, it goes with patronage. Unless we have to deal with the IEC and say to the IEC, go to the communities, teach the communities about the importance of voting and what is the meaning of someone who is making that cross in the ballot box. Because if we are going to be swayed around the issues of independent candidates as if it's the new fresh or as if it's the fresh air in the political space, I think we'll be having a serious problem in future because the same political organization will still continue to have the unholy alliance with the multinational companies, and the IEC, as I'm saying, need to start to have election education to the South African and teach the South African the importance of their vote, because without that, without teaching people that they are so important when it comes to voting, I can assure you, this rogue political organization will continue ravaging us as well as our resources.
South Africans, no doubt, have big decisions to make. Political analyst Xolani Dube, we appreciate your perspective as always, sir. Be well.
Thanks a lot.